Hi, everyone. So, this is titled The Assurance of the New World, Part 1. So, what I will do with these Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, however many it takes, I'll begin to speak about how your new world is assured and that everything is in place to that effect and to bring it about. So I don't have any written script or agenda of how I will speak. I'll just let it flow as I normally do, if you will. So one thing that is for certain is that the new world is assured. One thing that is not certain is who or how many will make it. Nevertheless, it does come, it is coming, and it is in motion. And to simply put it, it is divine-gpms.world, which is a current worldwide ratification of a new replacement system for humanity that is all inclusive. It is the ultimate solution for every problem in this now and in the past that humanity has ever had. And hence it's called the divine plan, because exactly that's what it is. It does bring the heaven to earth. But it's not a fantasy, and it's not something that is far-fetched. It's actually the opposite of that, is that it's very real, it's very tangible, it is in action, and you can see it in action just by visiting the divine-gpms.world website, where the ratification process is in full swing with so far 352,000 plus consents, which have added their signature, if you will, added their autograph to consent with this new world to also ratify it into worldwide law. This divine plan is the will of Father Prime Creator, and also with Mother Prime Creator, that's rarely mentioned, let's say by his side. So it's between both of them that is giving this deliverance to earth. And the way that things were, the way that things are, is not how it's going to be in the near future. And it is assured that it is not like it is today, and that this reality, savage reality and world, does not exist into the near future. This present world, as everyone knows, is very primitive, very savage, very evil, with all of its practices, what it does, but also what the majority of the people supported in the past. It doesn't necessarily mean they supported it to the degree of promoting and pushing it upon everyone and imposing it upon everyone. But it does mean that now there is another choice for humanity worldwide that, if you will, lifts all boats. And it's important to know that this is an actual transitioning into this new world, which is the will of God. And also, having said that, nothing can go against the will of God. So we are in the most auspicious, glorious time ever known to, let's say, soul kind humanity. This is an unprecedented time. It is an unprecedented rapid movement towards the new world. And simply what divine-gpms.world is, within a month from now, providing that the majority worldwide wanted to end the suffering, wanted to have the new peaceful, happy, abundant, free world, providing the majority worldwide consents, within a month, you have this new world right at your fingertips. Within a month, you can have this. What's holding it back is the people themselves. They're not choosing it. We have given this to, let's say, prominent influencers worldwide, heads of groups that sovereign groups. All of these have been prepared for this time. Also the churches, the genuine churches, the genuine sovereign groups. We don't see many of them yet coming to the forefront and coming to the table and recognizing exactly what this is, the solution to all of their problems and, of course, their congregations. So worldwide, this is the ultimate solution. It is the assurance. And, you know, I hesitate to look at any excuse from anyone that this is not genuine and that it is not the way of God. And also in its simplicity, there is no excuse for even any leader, if they are competent or genuine, not to see what this is, what divine-gpms.world is. It is the solution. It is the godsend, if you will. I could use so many different identity labels for what it is. And all of those does describe what it is. It is the New Testament, it is the providence, it is the deliverance, it is the promise. It's the rainbow after the great flood. It's all of these things put together. It's the heaven on earth. It is the golden age. It is the new age. It's what everyone that was awakened, was looking for. They're looking for the solution, and this is it. And it's not difficult to understand. And as I've said before, even children, little Spain, 7 years old, he was, when he recognized what it was and wanted to consent himself, as well as many other children wanted to add their voice to this worldwide referendum so that these children secure their future. The children's future right at this point is not secure at all, and in reality, it is in the greatest risk that it has ever been in through antiquity. For millennium. The current world right now, and any of you that read what I put out on this Facebook timeline, you will notice that just yesterday, or perhaps 2 days ago, I put out an important post letting everyone know that the world is in current depopulation mode. Yes, depopulation mode. This is the first time since 1350s with the Black Plague that wiped out many millions worldwide. So here we are, let's say almost 700 years later, and it's happening again. With this depopulation mode, you can do some research yourself and look online, and country demographics and statistics are showing that perhaps 65 to 70 countries worldwide now are reporting that their population is in decline. And part of what's causing this decline is infertility, meaning that less and less children are being born. Now, what this does, if this evil system worldwide, what you currently have, if it stays intact with what it does with the children, at snatching children from families, from all of the good things that a child is supposed to have, by taking them away from that with child trafficking, all of these dark, sinister things, if you will, where there's less and less children, and where it remains in the evil world, the child abduction and trafficking, and the prices that are paid for the children, the monetary incentive for ones to be criminals and participate in taking the children, kidnapping the children, because of the big money that is paid for these children. Well, the less children that there are in the world, with market demand, if you will, the prices that are paid in a capitalistic system that you have now for children is rising higher and higher. At the same time, it is making, if you will, more of the evil ones to participate even more in finding and taking, abducting more of these children. As I speak right now, in this savage world, no child worldwide is safe. It doesn't matter if you're a functioning family, a wealthy family perhaps. None of these things matter. Every child is at increasing incredible risk as a result of this existing world. So not only do you have, let's say, elderly people, you also have healthy people that are dying more so instantly. You have in this world cancer rates beyond anything yet, with many sick and many more dying. And you also have at the same time so many childbearing abilities not there any longer. So you have what could have been, let's say, wealthy or healthy moms to conceive and give birth to children. The healthy mom population is also not there, as well as the healthy masculine, because of infertility, but also what is occurring with the reproductive organs of many is that they have become cancerous. So many women are unable to conceive and to give birth as well. And these things that I say, if you do your research online, you will see that it is very true. So I'm giving you all the big picture. Why is this important? It's important because if everything stays with the status quo with this capitalistic system worldwide, humanity's danger increases. So at that point, it becomes common sense that this whole world must change. And divine-gpms.world, which is the mercy of God, is given here to the planet for ones to decide. Ones just don't sit under the tree and do nothing while the whole world collapses around them. That is not what all is here to do. All is here to change this world, and you do it physically and you do it tangibly by becoming part of the new world and ratifying that agreement. Father has set this divine plan up, divine-gpms.world, that ones of every age votes, consents. Even a child that is just born 1 minute old, it becomes a moral obligation of their parents as guardians if that child, usually 1 minute old, cannot consent, the child to add his or her own ratification, then it becomes a responsibility and the moral obligation of the mother or father to proxy vote consent for their child. What you're looking at is you're securing the child's future, and as a parent, as a guardian, it is your responsibility to give them the best future possible. And with this, by ratifying and becoming part of divine-gpms.world, which is the first universal nation ever known to humanity and Earth, by doing this, at least you are securing their future in alignment with the new world so that they participate. For each and all that doesn't consent with GPMS and doesn't assist in spreading this greatest opportunity, you are prolonging it. And with each day that passes, with each one that hesitates, and these are current demographics or statistics that you can look at, perhaps 20,000 children are dying each day of hunger and hunger-related causes, and perhaps another 15 to 20,000 adults are dying daily around the world because of hunger and hunger-related causes. So these numbers are huge. This is daily. And when you look at how many actually goes to bed hungry each night on any given day, that is almost 1 billion worldwide. Those numbers are staggering. But that's only what is written on paper, meaning that it could be a conservative number, of which it is. It's much more than what's being written. So we look at these senseless things that humanity does and supports. What are you doing, humanity? Are you going to sit idly by until there's only one left? And what is the point of that? That is ridiculous, psychotic, insane thinking. All of you have to come together worldwide. So many groups have good ventures that are oriented towards doing good. but all separated and segregated, you have no effect. There are strength in numbers, and it is most common sense to unite with this one common goal, one common cause that is the ultimate solution for humanity, and that is divine-gpms.world. It is the divine plan. And again, what it does, it makes every soul wealthy. It makes every soul free. It makes every soul in peace and in love and in happiness. And it also makes every soul to clean up this earth and make it pristine, put it to its beautiful, pristine proportions, which it can quickly be done. So with divine-gpms.world, all of the plans, all of the instructions, all of the guidance, all of the resources, everything needed is here within the plan to do it. The only thing that is missing is the majority consent from the people worldwide. And as each day passes and ones ignore this and procrastinate, at least another 40,000 die of hunger and many more of cancers and sickness that is increasing that actually can be cured in a higher vibrational world. The sickness itself cannot reside in a stress-free world. Everything is energy. And what this means, when you have the majority on earth in a free, abundant, joyous world, sickness begins to vanish on its own. It cannot stay in that world. Not only with that, all healthcare worldwide, including, let's say, what you call med beds, all of this becomes free for all of humanity. And if needed, it is mass produced, because money is no object. It's no hindering object any longer. It's unlimited is the truth of it. With the dark capitalistic beast system worldwide, it robbed the value and it kept ones under the illusion that only banks or governments could create money, so that they could maintain control over humanity and keep humanity looping in a fear paradigm, always struggling to survive, to exist, being used as a robot to the monotonous society that the beast system created. And it did this intentionally. No one is going to tell I, or hopefully even all of you that is watching, that this is a senseful reality, that it makes sense, when it doesn't. It is evilly designed and devised to take. That is insanity. It's psychotic. It's ridiculous. And let me say, no leader worldwide is that stupid, when the absolute solution for humanity is here. And to take away that control of the money and flip it, so that money and everything on earth is shared equally with all. That is the solution to advance humanity into civility, away from this savage, evil existence. Most of the world has become selfish, selfish to the extent to look out just for themselves. And that has separated them from many, but it cannot go any further. It has reached the breaking point that selfishness is not the answer. It has reached the critical point of separation. And we are in the great time for all to come together with a conjoined effort to bring in the new world for whoever is left. Each day ones procrastinate. Another 40,000 worldwide die of hunger-related causes. And let's say perhaps 1 million die of sickness and disease, or even more than that. Those are some numbers I haven't checked into. But how stupid is that? How sick is it? How senseless is it? When everyone has the ultimate solution and choice here right now, they have the assurance of divine-gpms.world. Yes, it is assured, it is ascertained, because God is real, and it is the mercy of God to straighten up this planet, to straighten up Earth before there is nothing left. And that's where it's insane to continue to support a dysfunctional, evil system, capitalistic system, that's devised to cause suffering, sickness, sadness, fear, anger, animosity, war, always struggling to survive. That is this current capitalistic beast system. How crazy is one to support that when the ultimate solution is here? God's plan is here. And there is no excuse by any of the churches or any religious person, soul worldwide, not to recognize what divine-gpms.world is. It's been spoken of through antiquity, not only in the Bible and the Quran, in the Hindi scripts, the Hindu scripts, everywhere, prophecy. It's been written. This new age, this new time, this new promise. And what occurs is the longer that ones hesitate in not joining and creating this new world, the more natural disasters occur, the more bad things that occur at an exponential rate. It's one of the reasons why you're seeing worldwide floods with cars floating down streets, homes flooded, earthquakes getting bigger, causing mass destruction, Alaska flooding a village, New Jersey flooding, earthquakes designated to come to New York with buildings toppling, China flooding, Vietnam, Indonesia, Spain. Everyone needs to look worldwide what is happening. And it's not happening naturally. It's happening because of what this world has become and what it supports. It supports a system that creates great stress. That great stress gets reflected and deposited into Gaia, into Earth itself. When you see earthquakes, when you see great floods, when you see changing not normal weather patterns, it's all caused by stress energy. without going too deeply in that. I believe that says enough. So it's important for everyone to choose the great new world. Let's say many perhaps expected or thought or believed they'd just be lifted up from the planet in the sky in what they call a great rapture and taken to heaven. But what is actually written in religion is that you don't get taken away up in the sky. For some that will occur, but for the most part, it's heaven here on earth that is to be created. Meaning that there is no escape for any of you that came here, that's awakened and, let's say, did all of your inner work, and here you are, still here, in a reality that's getting worse and worse. And it's because all of you are not doing what you are supposed to do. You are here to create the great change and to join all together with the one common goal: to bring civility to Earth before there's no humanoids left. And you're still here because you do have this mission to participate and join with your brothers and sisters to bring this to fruition for humanity. Once that is done, all of you get your great reprieve, your great redemption, your great reward. However, until it's done, you keep experiencing hardship, and the hardships get worse and worse until the majority of the people, the souls worldwide, are consented with divine GPMS.world, and this new world is ratified into law. Father has kept this so simple for everyone, and again, it's no excuse with the majority of the people, at least the adults worldwide. They know a majority rules. And under those same premise of logic, that is how GPMS is designed, to gather the majority vote worldwide. And then this new world of temporary money is brought into full law, and also all of your unalienable rights, your God-given rights. Many don't even know they have rights, but I'm here to tell you, you do. Even that child that is 1 minute old is born with the intrinsic God-given rights. So everyone does have the rights, and it's important to know to do the right thing with these rights. And that means to know what they are, and to have them in action working for you to create this new world. Everything has been seeded here for this new world. It is actually simple. It's just, again, that we need to bring everyone together to do this. So I have in the background some shepherds. One shepherd I see has his flock of sheep over there. And I believe he's hollering over to another shepherd that has a flock of goats. So you have the goats over here. You have the sheep over here. You have the separation of the goats from the sheep. So it's a very, let's say, metaphorical message at this time. And I'm in Romania, and they're speaking Romanian. I don't readily know in the consciousness the Romanian language, some words, but not fully what they're saying. But what is evident, there is that separation that must occur between the goats and the sheep. So, this is part one. Let's say it's an introductory to the stark reality, but also to the great heavenly divine choice that each can make. And remember, you're not doing this just for yourself. Think of the children, think of your own children, think of your grandchildren. You have to change this world, and you have everything in your hands to do it. Why sit idly by and watch your children come to more and more risk in this world? Why sit back and watch their suffering and their endangerment when really you can make the difference right now? Everyone worldwide can make this difference. Stop these wars, stop this suffering. All of it is nonsense. With divine GPMS.world, the divine plan to begin with, it gives every child and every man and every woman their initial, let's say, U.S. equivalent $30,000 upon implementation when we had the majority vote. Initially, everyone receives that worldwide to put them in an immediate place of comfort. What you have worldwide is a mass inventory that needs to be bought out quickly, and part of this money that each is given is to that effect, to settle the inventory and to wipe the slate clean for this new free start. So money is temporarily being used as the opposite tool to buy out and end all of the savagery with the capitalistic system. And then all of humanity starts anew on a brand new foot with everything that they need. So not only does, upon the implementation of receiving the majority vote worldwide of divine GPMS.world, not only does it give this money to every individual, it gives unlimited whatever is needed to every essential goods and services provider, every business that is serving an essential for humanity. Because truly, money is unlimited. It's infinite, and it can be created in an instant, in the blink of an eye. And this is what divine GPMS.world does once the majority worldwide agree with it. It becomes law. You can read the divine law on the website, which is very simple. And divine law, at its most foundational, simplest form, is do no harm. And what this means is this replacement system of divine GPMS.world does not do and does not cause any harm. When you compare that to your current capitalistic system, it's causing great disparity, which is leading to death for many, It is causing suffering, harm, conflict, struggling, suppression. Divine GPMS does the opposite of all those things. It eradicates all of those things. No one pays taxes. No one pays fees. All of these are primitive, ridiculous constructs of control and limitation. And it's stupid for everyone once they know that divine GPMS.world is the ultimate solution. It's stupid for ones to ignore this and to continue to support a system that is inflicting so much harm upon humanity. It's absurd. It's not acceptable either. It's absolutely ridiculous. In this great time, no one needs to fight. You just unite together as one. We comprise the majority vote. You bring in the simple new law worldwide. Do no harm. You uphold all of the individual's rights, which are respected by all because all have these rights. Crime is eradicated. Poverty is eradicated. Death, as you knew it, and sickness is even eradicated. So there's so many good things with this and how it evolves humanity forward and advances humanity out of the savage hell and into civilized heaven. Sharing, caring, loving each other. And it's so simple to do, and it's being done. It is what Father God promised. It is here. It is real. It is now. It is divine GPMS.world. The ultimate solution and simple solution has been given to all of humanity. You merely just need to support it, consent with it, and share it with as many others as possible. This is the true salvation, not only for yourself, but for the others that you are appointed to be part of their salvation by giving them this ultimate gift, this choice, this ultimate solution. How many of you wish to see your friends and family continuously enslaved in working at monotonous jobs all of their lives to remain a slave and to enter the suffering proportions? It's absolutely ridiculous. When you have the power right at your hands to effect and create this great change before it is too late. GPMS is logic. Yes, it says divine GPMS.world in the divine plan because it truly is. However, it's still logical. It's common sense. So even if someone doesn't believe that God is real, when you look at the common sense, the logic part of it, you can see that it's real for you, even if God is not real to you. It becomes a no-brainer, if you will. Choice and solution. You see worldwide many at times rearing up against governments that's signing petitions. We look at, let's say, the UK currently, or recently with standing up to the what's the word, Father? The IDs, the digital IDs, thank you. Very rapidly, in a matter of days, you saw over the last time I looked, perhaps 2.5 million signatures on a petition to stop the digital IDs in the UK. In a matter of days, there was over a couple million votes. When you look at DivineGPMS.world, which gives the full power to the people that you don't need to fight against governments and against ones trying to impose more restrictions upon you, DivineGPMS.world should have at this time millions, even if not the full majority vote, with billions, because what it does, part of the reasoning why it doesn't yet is because many are not going forward. The separation of the sheep from the goats is still occurring for those who decide and choose not to be part of the new world. Well, then they must be part of the old that implodes and fades away to nothing, that destructs. So, and with the levels of consciousness, if you will, one's looking at the problems, amplifying the problems with anger and fighting, when ones can just amplify the solution of DivineGPMS.world, get the majority vote worldwide, and end all of this individual civil unrest in all of these countries, in this savagery. It doesn't serve humanity, and if ones continue to keep separated and keep trying to fight to change things, the moment that you need to fight against a government, that is the moment that tells you that the government is wrong. And if you need to fight against any laws, artificial laws, it tells you that those laws are not law, that it's null and void. With real law, you don't need to fight against it. It doesn't take. Real law supports. It ensures that all is in abundance, in a freedom, and is uplifted and respected. So one's worldwide can continue to fight against governments and their laws, but what I tell you, it's a waste of time. Where you are millions fighting against one or two in a government, look at how silly that is. Why not these 2.5 million that's fighting against one or two in government? Why don't they just create the replacement system and the reality where there is no fighting? The strength in numbers. The numbers are already here worldwide to create what all of you want. You just got to come together as one to do it. How simple is it? Well, it is pretty simple. Where you can see over 2.5 million stand up in a few days for the cause in the UK, those same 2.5 million could have chose DivineGPMS.world. So the ability to stand is there. It's worldwide. What were these protests? Something about no kings or something in the U.S. I didn't look fully into that, but perhaps I think some numbers suggested over 10 million, could be many more million. Why aren't they with GPMS? The majority vote in any one nation can bring all of that unprecedented abundance and security. Yet the people, they will organize and they will rally to fight. Yet when the full solution is here, we don't see them rallying to the full solution. And this is where common sense comes in. When this huge gift of the ultimate all-inclusive solution is given to humanity, why not choose that instead of choosing fighting and conflict that only prolongs fighting and conflict? Nothing ever gets done for hundreds of years with politics. Have you ever really seen anything get done that is in your favor? No, you did not, or we would not be where we're at here today. Over the years with politics, it restricted more and more and more because it's designed that way to control and keep humanity in a savage, primitive, controlled world of robotically being a slave to the beast system itself. Draining all of your time, making one's work 40, 70 hours a week and more to survive. Tearing families apart because of the prices of things in the capitalistic system, making the mom and dad to go to work to provide for their family while their children are in, let's say, a daycare. So that what is the point? There is no more family function to come together for a few hours to eat and sleep and get up and the next day and give all of your time and energy to a beast system that is just sucking you dry. It's sucking you dry of your energy, of your power, of your family. And eventually it'll suck you dry of everything. What is the point? What are you living for? Living to get up every morning, to go to work, to make enough money to buy food, and to pay for wherever you are living. Always trying to get ahead when actually very few do. The system is designed to ensure that you don't get ahead. It allows some to get ahead because it has to show that example to give the others a false hope. But what you see in reality, no, these other ones are only used as examples. Their souls have been bought by a lot of money to say to other ones, hey, look, everyone, you can do this, what I'm doing. I'm thriving. Look at this. But in fact, you see that that is itself the lie as well. And when you look worldwide at the great disparity, with decimal 5% of the worldwide population, let's say, being rich at the expense of the other 99.5%. What kind of a world is that? It's not functioning. It's unbalanced to the extent that it's breaking down right at this time. It cannot exist. This great disparity, this great disharmony that it creates. The universal nation of divine-gpms.world restores the dignity to every individual on the equal basis. No one is above or below another. All are equal and working together in community, sharing, caring, loving, not letting money control and dictate and to separate and divide. Money with the universal nation is shared all as one among all equally. All of this earth's infrastructure, all of the public infrastructure, even your own home, you might think it's private, but so much energy and, let's say, money from individuals went into providing everything in this world. And the actual truth is, when you look at the microeconomics of it, you can see that so many contributed to everything worldwide. And with divine-gpms.world, it knows this, that all of you are equal owners of everything ever built, especially with the public infrastructure, the internet, the financial routing systems that's able to worldwide anywhere's produce instant funds to everyone's accounts. You own all of this. Airline corporations, they may say it's private, but no, it's not. You own that. You contributed to it being built and existing. Every corporation worldwide had investments. It had contributions from humanity. Each one, it doesn't matter if you're born in the U.S., you have the rightful, lawful, equal shareholder status of everything in the world. When you look at it, each one of you created everything that is here. You contributed to that creation. Money is printed by the few because you exist. If none of you existed, this elite few would not even need money because they know the truth. They would just share in all of the abundance without money being a hindrance. So, this is part one. I didn't look at any comments. I'm on the phone doing this, and what I will say, I may put out a post in conjunction with this live. If any has questions, you can put them in the comments section of a post, and when I do part two, I can answer any questions that you may have about divine-gpms.world and this great new age and the bringing of heaven to earth, what we're doing. Nothing stops this. This is divinely ordained, and the omnipotency of Mother, Father, God, Prime Creators is beyond any evil's capacity and even the capacity of humanity. But it becomes the choice, and that's what all are given worldwide, is the choice. What do you choose now? Because what you choose now decides the world that you live in. Reality is not as it seems. So each worldwide are given the opportunity to what reality do you choose? Do you choose a reality of purity and abundance and love, which is the heaven on earth? Or do you choose to remain in a imploding, self-destructing reality where the fight for survival is increasing every second of every day, getting more and more? What are your choices? Do you wish to remain separated and segregated in a world always fighting to survive? Or do you wish to be part of a world where you simply just thrive and experience love and family and abundance and peace beyond anything yet, beyond anything that perhaps each one of you could imagine that could be real? But what I'm telling you, this is very real. You have that opportunity. Divine-gpms.world. Why not choose it today for, not for yourself, but for your family, your friends, your children? Make it a greater world for them. You have this full power right at your fingertips right now. Everyone worldwide does. And it's foolish not to choose it and share the awareness of this worldwide referendum vote ratification process. It's stupid for ones to ignore this and not do that. It is foolish for ones not to know what this is and embrace it. The suffering of earth is ending, and a new world is beginning, and the quicker that all puts their focus and sights with that one common goal of creating it, the quicker we get it done, the more lives we save, the more destruction of the planet that we avoid. And this is the stark truth of the choices and the reality that everyone has. So again, this is not a fantasy, it's a cumulative worldwide consent, which means it's inevitable. We do get the majority, but the timing of when we have the majority depends on the actions of every individual on earth that is a part of this and what they do. So spread the word, become a short-term missionary, if you will, to spread and share God's plan on earth to as many as possible. If everyone joined together, we could do this, yes, in less than a month. But the longer that ones wait, more and more die worldwide. And when we look at a majority vote, and where the world is in a depopulation mode, very quickly how that has switched. When I say we need 4 billion worldwide to have the majority vote, every day that number is getting less and less because the world is in depopulation mode. This is truth. You can see it. Everything I've spoken about here in this live is truth. Each one of you can confirm it for yourselves in your own way. It's real truth, and it's your choice. Any prominent influencers, like ones with groups, social media groups, sovereign groups, what have you, it becomes your moral obligation to share this with your people, with your groups. Any healers worldwide, and there are many out there on the social medias. If you are genuine at assisting, healing humanity, why not just endorse this one thing that heals all of humanity? Why not be part of that just by sharing it? It only takes a minute of your day to do so, and by one's adding their consent to the ratification, it only takes about 2 minutes for each individual to do it. And also we have the full capacity to bring in entire, let's say, nations, indigenous nations, if they have a representative, a king or a queen, if you will, that speaks for them, or a chief. We can bring in millions in minutes, and we have been bringing in the Philippines, as an example, one of the first, if not the first, indigenous nation of the Philippines. We have brought in great numbers, 15, perhaps 20,000 consents in, I'd like to say, just minutes, because it doesn't take very long to do it. And I needed to bring this up to show you how in minutes, let's say a whole nation of, let's say the US, if you will, with 150 million, half of the population, or let's take 200 million, because that's the majority of the US population. Very quickly, we can bring in 200 million consents and add to the tally, if you will. So it does not take a long time at all. We have that full ability to add mass numbers quickly. So the majority consent, again, can be done easily within a month, if we have everyone joining together with this one common goal and focus to actually do what is good, what is right, what is divine, and save so many lives. Also, the wealthy philanthropists worldwide, if there are any souls there within that elitist group, you know, they could do great things towards assisting with getting these words out as soon as possible worldwide. When you look at, let's say, Telegram, Facebook, these social medias, how if they were to instantly embrace divine GPMS.world, how they could do the great thing at promoting it worldwide instantly. And you look at the great reaches that these have. Look at Twitter. If you had the owner of Twitter, Elon Musk, putting divine GPMS out worldwide, telling ones this is the new world, and to consent, you could see very quickly billions of people worldwide would consent, and we could get this done. So everything is here. It's so easy to get it done. It's just that we need more standing up and stepping up and giving the people the choice, to let them know that there is a very real choice there. And it's what they felt, what they dreamt about, all their lives, and that it is very real. And also when you look at, again, the churches and Christianity worldwide, but also the Islamic belief, this has been seeded in those teachings, in those writings, in the Islamic faith and in the Christian faith. And let's say every man and woman speaking the word of God, and I'm speaking about the clergy, the ministers, the priests, the priestesses, the pastors, the heads of these churches, that they should recognize divine GPMS.world in the blink of an eye. They should recognize it, as well as all Christians and Islamics should recognize it instantly. It's what was promised. It's here. Now it's time. It has been delivered, but it has to be chosen. So within Christianity, it's been given to, let's say, many churches, given to many of the congregations, yet we see silence from the churches. And that makes you wonder, what side are they actually on? Are they on the beast capitalistic side of the goats? Or are they on the side with the sheep and the shepherd that is leading them to God's plan, God's deliverance? So what side is the church on? The church is, we know most churches have been involved in scandals, very serious crimes and scandals. However, just because a church is involved in that, it doesn't mean all of their congregation is contaminated. So where are all of these ones? There has to be some good ones out there, and I know there is. So this is also a clarion call to bring the genuine ones forward. Get this done for humanity. So not only, if you look at the churches worldwide, not only were they weighted with the many scandals, they are also now weighted with disobeying God, the word of God, which is divine-gpms.world. And this, for a church, is one of the greatest apparent sins worldwide, to disobey the word of God and the solution of God and the mercy of God. So it will, and it does, and it is intensifying the demise of the churches. That weeding and separating the wheat from the chaff, the goats from the sheep. Hopefully, not all the churches belong to the goat herd. There has to be some good shepherds out there. There has to be some good sheep out there. Where are they? It doesn't matter, because in the end, GPMS is the divine plan for all that choose it. Again, for those that do not choose it, their destiny is chosen by theirself, a destiny of implosion, destruction, great suffering. Metaphorically, you could say that they choose hell, because that's what it will be. So the choice right now worldwide for everyone is heaven or hell. What do you choose? And if they're unable to see the heaven, then that means by their evil deeds that they have already separated themselves from heaven and that they're unable to do it. But at the same time, it does not stop heaven from being created. This is the divine plan. Father God is omnipotent. His law is being established on earth as mentioned. It's being done. Nothing stops this. Nothing can contest it. Nothing can oppose it. It can, to certain degrees, only be prolonged by ones that are hesitant in making the choice, heaven or hell. It becomes a no-brainer choice. You don't need to think about it. It's the full plan. Everything is here for it. I would not be sitting here. Divine GPMS.world would not be given to you if it was not already complete, all-inclusive, and ready to go. I am not human. I am a divine one incarnated here in a humanoid body and put on earth to establish Father God's orders. And that is to usher in the new world, to bring heaven to earth as promised by Father. But I'm not the only one. Most of you watching this are also chosen divine delegates to do this. And we need more of a conjoined effort so we get this done quicker and quicker and save more and more lives, especially that of the children. So I hope for all to heed this message, and if you're doubtful, if you're a doubtful or a skeptical one, please just take the time, take an hour perhaps, and read the website, read the law, read how it's all inclusive, and feel it, so that perhaps you can recognize it as what you were already seated with, at least. Hey, birdie. With that, love, light, and gratitude, and have an amazing day. And heaven on earth is here. We just need the majority to choose it. Big love.